The Culture Currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding.
This is the story of two friends from the Bronx who decided to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture. Welcome to Culture Currency, where culture is the value.
Peace. What up? Chilling, you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm good.
Back outside.
We back outside. It's beautiful out here. Actually, not too hot at the moment.
Yeah,
so that's good.
It's comfortable right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, what we discussing today?
So today we're talking about discipline, the necessity of it, or what happens when there's a lack thereof.
There you go. I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
But culture
is the value. So I wanted to start the dialogue off with the definition per usual.
Okay.
And the definition of discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or code of behaviors and the self-control used to achieve goals.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
From this definition, I know why people shy away from it.
Right. Because they see it as a force on control. Right. And that's great. I'm happy that you jumped right into that, because the thing about discipline is that people, when you say it, a lot of times people are having different conversations and using a different, because two different definitions there in one. So folks could be thinking about something else, number one or number two, when having a conversation. So
that's why it's so important to get clarity on making sure that two people are in the same conversation prior to actually fleshing out the convo.
Because then you arguing about something and it's in a circle, and we never defined it yet. You don't even know. We talking about two different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
Yep.
By way of this definition, when we think about relationships, whether it be family and romantic relationships, people really have an issue with rules. Rules seem to make people feel restricted. So I understand why people get this uncomfortable feeling when it comes to it.
Discipline.
But also, there's a flip side to that. Like everything has a positive and a negative effect. Depending on how it is being utilized is how I want us to address these subjects, right? So I know why people shy away from it, but I think it's to their own detriment. As someone who came up, as we speak all the time in martial arts, I also came up in a family with disciplined religion, right? Where you got my dad and the Muslim religion, my mother and the Jehovah's Witness. Those are two very disciplined religions, right? I understand how people can push away from what feels restrictive, but I also understand the value and the necessity of discipline.
Exactly, because it is a value. And what you're talking about also is basically finding, it's like looking at whatever the balance is so it can be healthy and using it appropriately, right? Because no matter what attribute you bring, like when we talked about control, control is important, but you have too much control. You have a discipline, but you can have so much discipline that now you're not even taking care of yourself because you just think, I got to reach this goal and my discipline, I'm doing, and then you losing sight of everything.
Too much of anything could be negative.
Right, and that makes me think of nice and smooth. Too much of anything makes you an addict.
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
I think it gets a bad rap because so many people see it as the extreme.
Right.
Versus understanding that it has its necessity.
Exactly.
In whatever area you want to apply it to.
Yep. And then the fly part is that discipline, it comes from the same root as disciple. And disciple is someone who learns, right? So discipline is really about, like you brought up martial arts, it's about practice and repeat and practice and mastering. So martial arts, or if you're trying to be a swimmer, a dancer, it's really about mastering yourself. You know what I mean? It's about that consistency. So it's not about control or forcing. It's you coming to an understanding of who you are, what you're trying to get to, the goals you're trying to reach, and then what is the discipline that you need to get there. Right?
I'm happy you said that because when I speak about the necessity of it, I'm thinking about the obeying of your own rules.
Right.
The ability to understand what's necessary for you.
Yes.
And keep that as a constant versus allowing the outside world to take you off of your consistent path.
Right. Because you can say, you know, I got to get up in the morning, I have to go to the gym. But your friends at brunch until 11:30 drinking. Now you're too tired to go to the gym in the morning, but that's because you weren't consistent with you, right?
Or you in the bed with your mate.
Yeah.
And that's feeling too good.
Oh man.
And now you like,
I'm gonna go
tomorrow.
I do it tomorrow. So the good part, I wrote this down, is like, you know, a lot of us, we're just kind of moving every day. We're just kind of getting up, doing what we got to do. But what we haven't done is really spent that time clarifying what's our values, what's the most important, what are the healthy habits we need to get here, what's the consistent behaviors I need to get here. It's like, we know we want to get somewhere, but you're not thinking about the actual steps that it takes to get there. And to follow those steps is going to take some discipline.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. There's no such level of success without discipline.
Yeah, and discipline is definitely something that I struggle with in different areas. I don't know if it was last year or probably 2 years ago. I'm not sure if we had this conversation or if I had it on camera. One of my prayers was like, yo, I just want more discipline. So I forgot what area was it at the time. I got it, but now I need more discipline in another area. You know what I mean? So first I'm healing from injuries, but then it's discipline to stick with it and do what I got to do. But it's not an easy thing. But once you figure out your why, you know what I mean? That's the part.
That's the part. And like we always say, all of these things that we speak about are connected to our self-value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So when you start thinking about your consistency with the things that you say you need and want for yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not keeping those agreements with yourself, am I valuing myself the way I need to be?
Right.
Because if you say you need it,
right,
then why am I not doing what I need for myself?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So discipline is super important from the aspect of self-discipline.
Right.
But also discipline from the people who are around you, who are part of your village.
Right.
Which often, now that we have lost community, we push against a lot. We push against that a lot.
What you mean?
Where our village is able to, hold us accountable.
Right.
Those are disciplines.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we speak of discipline, people think about spankings.
Right. Yeah, punitive. Punishment.
And obviously that has a negative connotation.
Right. That's right. But also the thing about discipline and community too is that when you have discipline, then you're also honoring your commitments to other people, to your community and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It's like you get to, you're disciplined around whatever matters most.
It's completely attached to integrity.
It's so deep that you said that because a lot of times, when you think about integrity, you're just thinking about what you're doing onto others and stuff like that, but integrity for self, you know what I mean?
Everything,
what are you saying that you was going to do?
Everything, the nucleus of everything starts inside.
Right, the nucleus of everything.
All it does is it radiates outward.
That's right.
So the world shows you how you're showing up for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But the good part about discipline is that even though it can feel a little tough at first, because things to get to the next side, it can feel a little tough, right? But the light at the end of the tunnel is the freedom. It's freedom and discipline, right? So if you supposed to follow a certain budget in order for you to get here, if you actually did that, then boom, you got freedom there. If you say, I got to eat a certain way to achieve optimal health, boom, it's freedom there. You know what I mean? So it's like discipline leads to freedom, where it can get a little lighter. It may feel a little rough, but is it worth it?
Yeah, because people want instant gratification, and that's why it doesn't feel good.
Right.
Discipline doesn't feel good because it's not about instant.
Right.
Discipline is a constant.
That's right.
That brings lasting goods.
Right.
So people who want the instant gratification frown upon discipline.
Right.
But people who understand that it changes your entire world,
right,
as you know it,
right,
and it's a consistent change,
right, yes,
they welcome it.
Exactly. It's just hard at first. It just made me think about the difference between a microwave and an oven. You know what I'm saying? So you can microwave something in 2 to 3 minutes, but in the oven it got to be 15 to 20. But in the oven, you don't have to eat it in 2 seconds to be hot. It maintains its heat. So discipline maintains the heat
and quality.
Oh, maintain the heat
and quality.
And quality.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, because you keep your fish or your chicken crispy if you put it in the oven, as opposed to the soggy in microwave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay.
On a little tangent. But also, I wanted to talk about the too much discipline.
Go ahead.
You're a very disciplined person, right? And so when I think about too much discipline, you pop in my mind too.
Too much?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I want to know why.
No, not at this time in your life.
Oh, okay.
Not at this time. You have more flexibilities and all that kind of stuff. But when I think about discipline, you're one of the people that pop in my mind. Oh, my brother ain't me. Even though you pop in my mind, it's not the bad part of it.
Okay.
But it could be, because I know there's times when you're so disciplined that you probably not taking care of yourself and sleeping and stuff like that, because you got to finish all these projects and you got to do all this stuff and you're sticking to it.
I'm better at it now. I schedule myself
right,
differently.
But now you're better at it now, right? So too much of it can mess up like creativity and innovation, because you stuck to how it has to look. You're stifling the vision, of it, and then too much discipline can take away people's autonomy and freedom to be and figure things out, because you're being so disciplined. So it's about really finding that happy medium, because you have to have it, but too much.
When I think of too much discipline, I think of mental health issues, right? So when you think about like people who have OCD, they need things a certain way. And if it's not that way, it takes them out of their mind. Right. Pretty much. It ruins their entire day.
It changes the mood. It changes the atmosphere.
When I think of too much discipline, I'm thinking about that. Because that is discipline. To be orderly, to keep things a certain way at a constant. That constant.
Yeah.
That's when I think everything is too much, when it starts dealing with crossing the lines of mental health and taking away from the beauty of life.
Right. So
really.
that's what I mean when I'm saying it. So thanks for giving those examples for that clarity. Because when I think about too much discipline, I think about control. When I think about too much discipline. Which was one of our other conversations, right? Because people could really take it so far because you're so fixated on
that fixation.
Fixation.
So I think I agree with you. I think that the fixation can be an issue. I think that not understanding that sweet spot.
Right.
Because you're supposed to have laser focus.
Absolutely.
When you got a target, you're supposed to try to hit the target.
Yes.
So you can't be paying attention to other targets if that's the target you want.
Right.
Right? But with that, you still have to remember that you may also have blind spots.
Yes.
So while I'm laser focused on shooting here, I still have to remember that other things are happening around me.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Right?
Exactly.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to pay attention to a bunch of different targets.
It's be aware.
But you need to be aware.
That's
you
right.
need to maintain your awareness.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like driving, right? You know the direction you're going in, but you got to know cars be coming here, cars be coming here, right? I'm like, I'm going to where I'm going, and nobody else is on the road. There's always somebody else on the road.
I like that you utilize the driver analogy because that's a discipline.
Right.
Driving is a discipline.
Right.
And there's so many people who are not disciplined in that space.
Right.
That people die every day, B.
Right. Facts.
So the importance of discipline is not just for us, but the people around us.
Right. Yup.
The people who have to share space with us.
Yeah.
The people who have to share environments with us.
Right.
Like our lack thereof.
Right. Right.
Can actually have a domino effect on the big picture.
Right. So it's important that we all have like masteries in certain areas. Right. I always say that if you're not being your best self, you can hurt everybody around you. It's really important for us to have disciplines in areas so that we can be masters in these areas and we can make the world safer. We can make the world a better place just by just mastering ourselves.
Because that's where I know that I'm looked at as extreme with my mindset. But the reason that I'm looked at as extreme is because I am somebody who thinks about the whole. I don't just think about me. So when I'm thinking about how I need to approach things, how I need to show up, how I need to be, I'm thinking of how I am affecting a space. How am I affecting this life? How am I affecting the people I'm engaging with? How am I'm thinking about all of those things. And I would definitely take that over somebody who's not thinking about any of that.
Right, absolutely. Because that means you're being intentional about everything so that you can give your all. Yep, that's something you're very good at.
We spoke about religion being a discipline, and we had a whole show about spirituality and our belief systems. And we spoke about how you enjoy community and a community's activity in that space, how it affects whether people want to be in that community or not. That's another example of how the lack of discipline can fracture things.
Right. My personal example was of even being on blood pressure pills in the first place. So I went to the doctor, right, some years ago, and the doctor said, you know, your blood pressure is a bit elevated. She said, but I don't want to just give you medicine. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you 6 months. Cut out Mexican food, cut out this, cut out that, increase that, lose weight, boom, boom, boom. I said, okay. I came back 6 months just as raggedy as could be. You know, blood pressure is a silent killer. So if you're not feeling it affecting you, but it is.
Yeah.
Now I'm on medicine, right? And now, once you have it, it's kind of hard to control it. You know what I mean? Like, you can control it for small spouts, but it's like now your body's dependent on this medicine. Now you got to work extra hard to even try to reverse it and get off of that. And now convince your doctors to get you off of it. And now if you're not taking it, your body knows the difference, and it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? So I put myself on this horrible trajectory. And now even from when I first got high blood pressure to now my dosage is even higher. Because what happens is now I got into an accident where certain exercises I wasn't able to do, right? And with that, now my dosage is actually higher now. Because the things that you can control in life, you need to do it. Because there are going to be things that happen that you can't control that then affects boom, boom, boom.
I love that
you know what I'm saying? But if I took care of myself in the first place and had the discipline in the first place, that accident wouldn't affect me as much. You know what I'm saying? And I just would have had to deal with whatever that was.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But now I gave myself a health ailment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I got to work double time.
How are you doing now though with the discipline?
I'm
to
just
try to get it.
I'm just now caring. Because the thing about medicine suppresses, you know, symptoms and stuff like that, so you feel like you're okay, and you play with it a little more. So I think me getting older is what's making me take it more seriously, not even the medicine. So now I am coming down on my weight, being more consistent with my exercise, and being very conscious about what I'm eating. I'm not just playing like that no more.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Good.
Yep. And I called my doctor already, like, hey, so when can we meet? Because I'm ready to get off the medicine. She was like, I'm like, well, I'm doing what I got to do. So I gave her the heads up. You know, so I gave her a heads up. I want to make an appointment to see, you know what I mean?
We're going to get you up off that.
Yeah.
That can't be a thing.
No, it can't be a thing. I done made it a thing. So that was because of the lack of discipline.
Yeah. I speak of it all the time. My lack of discipline has always been my temperament.
But you've been doing good with that.
I'm doing very good with it.
But you're talking about a time when?
I had a time when I wasn't doing so good with it. Because I felt like feelings was facts, and you hurt my feelings, I hurt your body. And that's just what it is. And in that area, I was stuck training in martial arts. That was the longest belt I was on was my brown belt.
Oh, yeah.
And I was on my brown belt for really, really long, not because I hadn't already earned my black belt. It was
your discipline.
It was my discipline.
That's
He's
right.
like, yo, you can't be a black belt and not show up in the world a
That's
certain
right.
way.
Absolutely.
Like the whole idea of being a martial artist and being...
It's discipline.
It's discipline.
Yep.
And I went through all of those years and all of those belts without it.
Right. Like it stops here, you're a senior student, but you're about to be a teacher now.
Yeah,
so,
and we can't have you representing us that way. So he had me stuck for a long time, and I had to really check myself because just like one of our other conversations, which is our divide and conquer conversation, I remember going to a tournament, and there was this thing where they would tell people, hit her after stop.
Oh, and have you set off now? You off your
Because
ding.
everybody knows I don't have any self-control.
Yep.
So we're fighting for money.
Right. So it's like,
Easy
nah, you
win.
have to stop.
I know how to trigger her to get this money. And they
so you became predictable because of it.
I became predictable because of it. So people would say, do this, she's going to do this, win here. And they was doing it.
Right.
And then when I caught on, it was like, nah, I really got to get this under control.
Yeah, like, oh, y'all think y'all controlling me?
Y'all my gods now?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So discipline, from that standpoint, it was like, nah, I knew I needed it. I had to have it because I don't do the you control me.
Right. So then that's what changed. Like, nobody's controlling me, and my lack of discipline in this area is not going to lead to y'all controlling me either. Yeah, that's good. Wow, that's something. Like, listen, we already know what you're going to do. Watch.
That's crazy, and I'm doing it.
Because then you like, what? Now I'm taking
script.
your head
They got
off.
a whole script.
That's right. That's illy.
Because you yo. Because, oh yeah, you hit me after stop. Oh, we don't.
Yeah, right. Forget this money, man. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to get the money. Right. Yeah, but that was good talking about personal accounts. Yeah.
What area do you think you're the most disciplined?
Well, for one, I'm disciplined when I want to be. I know how to lock in. But the area that I would say I'm most disciplined in would be, I would say professionally. Professionally, like just making sure that the business is taken care of. I'm taking care of all my responsibilities there. Meeting those deadlines, all of that kind of stuff. I've basically, I'm not going to say mastered that. Because there's a few areas that I would like to tweak, but for the most part, I've been successful there.
How come you don't apply that to your regular life? Because
regular life.
All of those are things that could be applied to just like every day.
Because everything with regular life is not what I enjoy. So my business, I enjoy it. It's so much easier to do well there because I enjoy it. Or if I got to sit and do a budget and work out that. I stayed up last night till 2 o'clock in the morning working on the budget, but I enjoy it.
Got it.
All I needed was a little break, whatever, eat, get back to it. I enjoy it. So I may not enjoy getting killed in karate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I may not enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Or listening to everything my sensei say because I always got something to say. It's like, shut up, and this is not the place, and you're going to be in more trouble.
You don't love that process yet.
Huh?
You don't love that process yet.
No. See, now I'm talking in past tense kind of too, because I'm actually in a different space now.
Okay.
Of being quiet, of going to class more consistently, of saying, nah, I got to get to this point.
So you stripping yourself of that rebellious...
Yeah. Stripping myself for that.
Rebellion
it hasn't
from
worked
the
out for me
discipline?
yet. Yeah, it hasn't worked out for me yet.
Because that's what it was for me.
I hasn't seen any fruits.
I was rebellious until I was just like, this ain't working for me.
Yeah, this ain't working out no more. Yeah, so I would say, and then also when you just say, how come you didn't put it, so other areas of your life, for one, I enjoy it, but also it's so much of my life.
Got it.
That's my days. It's my nights. That's so much of my life, so, What I would like to do is, whether I'm tired or not, get up on time anyway. I have to go to bed early or I'm not going to care about life in the morning. I have to go to bed at a certain time.
Yeah, lack of sleep will do that.
Yeah.
It'll dampen everything, honestly.
But I don't want to do that. I want to be the person that it doesn't matter if I only have 3.5 hours of sleep. I have to get up at this time. I'm getting up. I want to be that person, and I'm not.
I'm that person.
Yeah.
But I still
My girl
feel
is that
it.
person too. I don't like it, huh?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it has to be done.
No, I don't like that. I'm not that.
Oh, you don't like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so I want to be that.
I was about to say,
but you know
like
another thing, but I don't want to use it as a crutch, that the reason why I've gotten so crazy about sleep, I don't want to get sick again.
Yeah,
and the last thing that my doctor said was, don't overwork. You got to take care of yourself, get your rest, because that's how you get sick. And she said that, and I'm like, my rest is first.
That's
for
right.
everything.
So you've been resting?
Yes.
All right.
When I need it.
What that mean?
I mean, some days you know what I mean. Some days we can't rest like that. But what I'm saying is that I will make sure that my sleep is first, even if I got to push something back or reschedule an appointment and stuff like that, as opposed to, but that's not honoring all your commitments. Just because I'm like, I ain't getting no cancer, so I'm not.
It's how you structuring it.
Right.
It's a matter of
thinking ahead.
Yep. It's a matter of thinking ahead. It's a matter of making sure that you give yourself a specific bedtime so that you're not tired, so that you're not having to push things around.
Right, or adding cushion to whatever time frames.
Always adding cushion. I tell you that all the time.
I'm not a cushion. I like it flat and hard.
Like your flat heart is
I don't
crazy.
even know what that means. But nobody even knows what that means. We could say crazy, but what does that mean?
Flat
You know
heart.
what I'm saying? Like, but what does that mean, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even go with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? But what I'm saying is, it's not cushiony. I make it hard for myself.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do. Because that's what I be telling you all the time. Like, that's one of the things that I make sure I do so that I am able to meet all my commitments.
Right. It's just like, all right, yeah, you could be done by Tuesday. Tell them Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. So you
know
got,
what I mean?
and then also that gives you, even if it doesn't last that long, it gives you breathing time.
Exactly.
You need to. I know I need
Right.
I need me time.
Right.
I love me some me time.
Yeah. So I got to figure out how to do that
Yeah.
ASAP.
Besides my temperament, I believe
But you've gotten so much better.
that's the only area that I really had that was lingering that wasn't kind of in control. Mm-hmm. I've always been pretty disciplined in so many areas because that's just who.
Yeah, and how you it's part of your foundation.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only area that I had. But I had a very hard time getting disciplined there. It took many, many years. I kept hitting the ceiling with that one.
But what did it?
Just me understanding the difference between healthy behavior and unhealthy behavior.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff I was okay with because I could make sense of it. Like, if I punched somebody in the face because they violated me, they deserved it.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So, but when you start dealing with a standard of healthy versus lack thereof.
And there are other choices. Right.
And it just makes sense for the life that you're saying you're choosing.
Right.
I'm telling you that I love my freedom, but I'm doing all the things to get locked up.
Exactly. So you got clear about your values.
Yeah.
Right. Period.
Yeah.
And the behavior that goes along with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's about it.
And that's discipline
And
within
that's
itself,
discipline
right?
Within yourself.
What do we want to leave the audience with when it comes down to discipline?
When it comes to discipline, if you're trying to achieve it in any way, I think it's important that we clarify our values, clarify what are the most healthy habits for us to achieve our goals, what are the consistent choices that we need to make, and then what are the boundaries that we need to have. Mm-hmm. And all of those things will help us be more focused and be able to achieve discipline by clarifying those things. So for me, it's about time for me to be a black belt. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's overdue. But like you, I'm on my brown belt for a while long. I'm not just getting that. I got to work for that, right? Mm-hmm. So what's of value to me, for one, is being in good shape. You know what I mean? Being able to respond to dangerous situations where I'm smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. And also, doing that under my sensei. I love my uncle that much that I want to do that under him too. Mm-hmm. I don't want him to be off this earth and I have to get a black belt under somebody else. So family and all of that matters to me as well. So my consistency and my boundaries on how I'm managing my time, all of that matters in achieving that. So what are you trying to achieve, and what are those things that you need to do to get there?
I agree with you. Discipline is important.
Man, it's everything, man.
On so many levels. If you have the village that we keep talking about, if you have people around you that you love, care for, who love and care for you, y'all pour into each other, y'all are part of each other's everyday life, they should have the right to discipline you as well. When we say discipline, I'm talking about hold you accountable, because we're all a part of polishing each other.
That's right, yeah.
So if you're saying, I want to get off of this medicine,
I want to go
and
this
I'm going
medicine
out with you to eat constantly, and I'm watching you
it's
eat
like, why is
all
you doing these
stuff,
burgers and fries and all that?
I'm watching you do all this stuff that you say
goes
against that. I should be able to say, yo, you wildin'.
Exactly.
I need you to get something different.
That's right.
I want you to get where you're trying to go.
Thanks for giving that example, because that's exactly what you were talking about a few minutes ago. The whole point is that you have to have that village, and then you have to be open to, you have to be able to accept the folks that are holding you accountable if you're really trying to get somewhere, because you really never get anywhere by yourself. It takes a little help, and it takes reminders, because motivation is gonna fade to motivation to do it and all of that kind of stuff. Is the discipline.
Everybody
that
has weak moments.
That's right.
The most strong people you see have weak moments.
Exactly.
And what helps us get through is the environments we around, the people we around,
right.
those voices,
That's
those
right.
examples,
Yes.
all of those things are part of the process of, all right, I gotta keep going.
Yep.
I could go and train and I'm out of shape and I'm like, yo, this feel like hell.
But then it's like,
But Jesse's like, yo, you better not stop. That push.
That's right.
That voice.
Yeah. I was about to be like, like I'm feeling like,
that energy that you don't have, that they're filling that space for you.
Exactly.
And that's important.
Yep.
So that's why we constantly talk about our village,
the company we keep,
and the necessity of hard conversations, the necessity of accountability, the necessity of repetition, is because like that's the only thing that I could say. I can promise you'll get what you need if you got all of those things intact.
That's right.
I can promise that.
That's right. That's facts.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
Where culture
is the value.
Make sure to like, subscribe,
share, and comment.